Welcome to Power Driven Diesel. Today we're talking about Flog Fest. Flog Fest was hosted by Flog Industries. They make a lot of Jeep and off-road fabrication parts like bumpers, tire carriers, probably mud flap holders, things like that. So it was a well-organized event they had. It was local. It was about an hour drive from here. So all the guys decided, hey, Northwest Dyno Circuit is there. They're going to put on a dyno event. They had pretty good payouts. So we're like, hey, let's load a bunch of trucks and go. So this is all the power-driven guys that are real winners. You know, the hardcore diesel performance guys that go to every event they can. And let's start with Josh. Josh, you brought your 2005 Dodge 2500.
35.
Oh, it's a 3500?
It's 35.
With a 20 over 6.7 wet block. So it's affectionately known as the 6.8 liter.
That is true.
And it has 12 valve rods.
That is correct.
And according to the internet, the block it broke like 6 months ago, according to the internet, and the rod's bent 6 months ago.
That is true.
How many miles are on the truck with the new engine?
28,000 now on that.
So 28,000, single, 476.
Yeah, 476, 87 with 1.1 T4 on it right now.
So Josh entered the big single turbo class, which is unlimited. It just has to be fuel only. And you dominated the class. And what'd you put down? 971. Okay, Josh had a little side bet over who was going to win, but we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
Okay, 971. And then you also came back in the unlimited class and sprayed it.
Yep.
So you sprayed a wet 6.8 liter block.
With 12 valve rods.
With 12 valve rods. To how much horsepower?
1251 at 42 degrees of time.
1251, 42 degrees. Now, with careful tuning, you brought the timing in later to keep the block alive. But long story short, you won the unlimited class spraying a wet 6.8 liter Cummins with factory 12 valve rods.
Correct. And drove it home.
And drove it there.
And drove it there too.
Cool. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was a good time. Glad we had shade. That's all I can say. It was pretty hot down there.
104 degrees. All right, so Josh's winner. These are mostly his trophies. So Josh, this is your true daily driver. You drive it to work every day.
That is correct.
What are the mods on this truck?
So this is a 2005 running 2005 ECM. So it's the 848 that everybody hates. It has a 20 over 6.7 in it. It has a Hamilton 207 220 cam with the Hamilton tappets. It has power-driven diesel, stage 1 push rods, Hamilton valve springs, Hazley shot peen hardened rods. It has pistons I got off eBay for $100 that I made sure had new rings on it. We got
what bearings do you have?
P bearings, which would be the OEM
stock replacement Molly bearings.
From Molly bearings. Clearances are pretty large. I put the unknown mileage oil pump back in that truck because it seemed okay. It is a head that I basically made with the help of a local machine shop in California when I lived down there. It has the oversized valves that Freedom Racing Engine sells. And then other than that, it's Dynamite 12 mil stroker pump and a fleece dual kit, and then 150% over injectors with some internal body mods that make them closer to like 250.
Tell us about the pumps. That was the other thing. So the night before the event, everybody's all ready, and Josh is just like, I'm going to win. I need more fuel so that I can spray. And so what did you do for fuel? So you got what's the big pump?
The big pump is a Dynamite Stroker CP3 pump.
How many millimeters? Or is that a secret?
12.
So you have a 12 mil stroker.
12 mil stroker pump, and then we ran out of rail at an event earlier in the year with the spray, so I ordered a Fleece Performance dual pump kit. I took Jameson's Core unknown mileage 6.7 pump. I lowballed them, bought it, put it on, hoped it worked, and everything was great. We finally were able to hold rail pressure all the way through the run.
So you have a stock pump and a modified pump.
Yeah, so about 1,800 horse worth of fuel in the rail.
Cool. And 2 of these trophies are yours?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you got paid, right?
I did.
I heard like over $1,000. It's a pretty good payday for you.
I might have to report it on my taxes this year.
Oh, dear. Okay. Who should we do up next?
Mark.
Who else won? Dustin.
Dustin won.
Okay. Dustin.
Okay.
Talk loud microphone.
Yeah.
Tell us what you brought. Okay, so tell us, you have a
The
97,
The mud truck.
the mud
If
truck.
you don't know what the mud truck is, you're just going to have to go watch the video. See the build. See the headache it was to get done. I'm not going to give you a big old list of all the stuff in there, other than it's power-driven, budget builder engine, and we threw down 817 on the dyno down that hot day.
817 horsepower. Tell us really quick, there was a little bit of drama the night before.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe when you started it, there was coolant coming out of the exhaust.
Well, yeah. So
Adam,
we're running
that was discovered at what time? 10 o'clock at night? 9 o'clock at night?
between 9 and 10 o'clock at night. Finally got the truck because I was just washing it the week before, the few days before, because it still had mud packed everywhere. So we got it in here. I was doing a little, what the heck was I even doing? Oh, changing the brake-in oil, which was great. We got that out. Did a little adjustment on the turbos, and then
I think the tranny, you checked that out because we
checked
had
the
that
tranny
valve
out.
switch.
Yeah.
But
That's
the
what we were
trannies
doing.
didn't even come out. You just put a new filter on it, right?
Yeah, we just pulled the valve body out, cleaned up that lock-up valve, because that's what,
That was
go
just
check the
hanging.
mud truck video out. We had those neutral drops in there. And it held up great. Tranny's still holding together. Anyways, did all that, got the truck fired up. I'm like getting excited for this. First dyno event that I actually get to go compete in.
And
And
the truck cranks a little slow, right, when you go to start it?
yeah, like completely stopped. I thought
Like
we were
it
having a
stalled the
little,
starter?
little timing issues. That was the other thing, is I checked the timing because we thought maybe the timing had slipped. So it was just fine. Didn't slip. But
So it was hydrolocking. Long story short,
Yeah.
there was coolant getting into a cylinder, running out the exhaust.
And the reason it didn't show its head right off the top is because during the mud bog event, we completely smashed the radiator and leaked half the coolant out. And so it started just fine, backed off the trailer, got it to the shop, never had an
'Cause it
issue
didn't have
because it
any
was
coolant
low
in the
on
head.
coolant. Well, when I filled it up with the new radiator, it just filled up number 6 and wasn't happy. Anyways, finally started the truck about 9 o'clock. Meyer's like, you got a bunch of water coming out your exhaust. I'm like, that's great. Let's just let it run because it might have been from power washing. No, it just kept pouring out. So we had a unintended water injection system on that sweet ported head. Yeah.
So we yank the head off. We get over on the bench. You're frustrated. You want to throw in the towel, and the guys are like, "No."
Oh, be freaking
the peer pressure took over, and
BS.
we pulled the head off. And apparently there was a little porosity or something, or maybe Meyer poured a little too deep, but there was definitely about the size of a pencil eraser hole right into the water jacket.
Okay, pencil
No,
eraser
it
is
was
a
not a
little
pencil.
On
Yeah.
the large side.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay, the
side.
size of a BB.
So now there's 2 times we got Will lengthening out the story a little bit. But yes, turned into an all night. All these guys finished up their trucks. They came over and helped me. We got the head swapped over, swapped the valves
So we
over.
put a stock,
springs,
unported head on there.
completely stock. One of our budget builder heads threw
Did
it
we
on.
lap the valves in?
No,
No.
didn't have time for that. Got it finally done, started up. Sun
At
was already
what time?
out. Oh, I went home and I set my alarm to wake up at 8 in the morning. It said I had 52 minutes to sleep. So, typical power-driven get into an event. It turned out to be like a 40-hour straight.
It's only
Couple of
12
days.
though. You ever notice that? Compounds always seem to be ready.
But it was good.
What was he waiting for the last of it?
So you went to the event, 815 horsepower, which
817.
817.
Don't cut me short, man. Gosh, you extend stuff out before. You cut me short.
And one of these trophies was yours for the best small compound turbo class.
Yep. I'm going to give that credit 100% to all these guys that helped us build the truck for the mud event and for swapping the head in the middle of the night, dude. Because there's no way I would have done all that myself. Middle of the night.
Well, you're old.
So anyways, so Dustin's mud truck, 800 horse, S480, 369, just regular stuff, 13 mil pump, and it's still running. So next dyno event, maybe he'll crack 850. We'll see.
Maybe a little bit smaller tires, too. The dyno guy was like, you're starting at over 100 miles an hour. Do you want to do it in third gear? And it's like, maybe. Maybe next time. They were a little worried about the tire exploding from the whole arm getting broken event. So,
Cool.
okay.
Up next, Meyer. Okay, Meyer, we call him MacGyver because he's got lots of cool stuff on his truck.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Meyer had tow duties, and he had to have the toolbox in Maggie's truck in case we needed to work on anything.
So tow pig and support vehicle,
And support vehicle,
and was competing.
and competed. Now, Meyer has some junkyard compounds. He's got an old Garrett GT4202,
Yes.
75
Which is
millimeter?
75. Yes.
75 millimeter. Did you even put bearings in it, or is that how it
No.
came out of the junkyard?
No, it was pretty loose, but I was like, I'll run it, see what happens. So now I've actually lost about 7 pounds of boost since before the dyno event. So I don't know what state of disrepair it was in at the dyno event, but it did pretty good.
With the toolbox and all, Meyer's a savage. He's hoping for 700. So Meyer was hoping for 700.
Yeah.
If you see on his run, he did 713. 0.8.
Yep.
Almost 714.
Round
Tell
it.
us really quick, just quick rundown of the mods. So turbo system.
It's got the GT42, which is 75 millimeter, underneath the stock HX35. The HX35 has a slightly bigger 64 millimeter turbine. It's got the budget builder 518s, 055 delivery valves, so you got some room to grow there.
Some small DVs in there, okay.
Now I've heard that you can't put a Mac plug in a 215 because it can cause issues with rack sticking. So we just shimmed out the stock Mac plug a little bit, 1.6 millimeters, get a little extra feel there. Because I did a dyno event a couple months ago and I got 648, and I was really shooting for 7 then. So I was like, gotta do something to get a
So
little
you picked
extra.
up 50-ish horsepower
Yeah.
with mess with the rack plug.
Yeah.
On a factory 215 pump, and what governor springs? Some budget builder 4Ks?
Yep.
Or
Budget builder 4Ks.
4Ks. Cool.
So then it's got a G56 with dual disc clutch. Other than that, it's 60-pound valve springs with our retainers.
So there's a lot of people saying, how much money is he having that? 10, 15 grand? What do you honestly think the actual... Now, you've got a lot of labor time, but what's the actual cost you have in the performance mods in the truck?
In the
Is it
performance
more or
mod-
less than 5,000?
Oh, it's less. I mean, the clutch was 1,300. I got another 1,300 into the engine, and then that's really it.
Don't forget about the sweet paint job.
Oh, the paint job. So that's $5 worth of paint for the turbos.
Aerosol overhaul
Yeah.
wins 700 horse. Okay,
Well, you
good job.
You gotta tell me how you had the
Now, did you
turbo we were testing
Oh, yes.
the day before. I mean, you had one
Oh, yeah,
little
we
single
forgot about
on there
that.
that night.
So yeah, so it was like Wednesday, and Will was like, "Hey, you want to do some testing on this new power-driven 62 turbo?" So we're like, "Okay." So we pulled up my compounds on Wednesday. So we tested that turbo on Thursday, another turbo on
62 SXE.
on Friday, and so Friday night I had to swap my compounds back on. I get done about 8 or 9, maybe 10, and then we start helping Dustin with his.
What
Cool.
about what'd you learn about bro rims and bro valve stem caps?
Okay, so do not try to adjust your tire pressure right before an event.
When
It's
you have
corrosion.
stance rims only.
No.
Regular rims, no problem.
See,
It's
I
just the
would've been
stance
fine,
rims.
but If it wasn't for the stance rims, the stance just kicks up dirt and dust and stuff. And
To the ladies
corrodes
out there,
that valve
Meyer
cover.
is single and looking. So, you know, if you want a piece of this tall,
You should check
slice,
out that stance.
lean pie,
Like, that's all you need to know.
he's got a 700 horsepower farm truck, all right? I mean,
715. Like
Seven-
round up from 14. 'cause 15 's
715 horsepower. So,
And he goes to the gym.
okay, so Meyer, you got second place only because Dustin took first, correct?
Yeah. So if I wanted to win a little bit of money, I could have been like, oops. But no. It was fine.
All right, Jameson,
Yeah.
tell us about the Jenny 1, as you call it. First generation truck. Tell
Yep.
us what's in it really quick, performance stuff.
So it's got a P-pumped engine out of a 94, same as the tranny. It's got a full manual valve body and a billet.
47 RH
47
that you
RH,
built,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I built.
Now, whose kit did you use?
Power Driven's kit.
Now, this is before you worked here, right?
Yeah.
Did it work for you?
Oh yeah, it's working great.
Still holding.
Yeah.
See, so all these people think we're like biased to power driven. These guys bought stuff before they even worked here. So I mean, I'm just saying, you
Yeah.
know, just because you work here doesn't mean you're power driven. But
No, it's doing well. I put it through hell. So it's the engine. It just has 60-pound valve springs and 625 head studs that I did one by one.
Where'd you
and
get them from, though?
used from Josh with probably about 7 over torques on them already. And then the turbos is a WH1C with a GT42 on top, just some side-by-side compounds.
now, where did you get that GT42?
That's from the junkyard master back here. And
So it's a budget built compound setup.
Yeah.
And just some oil injectors, factory 160 pump.
yep, with the rack plug, full cut delivery valves. It does have 4K governor springs and then 5x18 power driven injectors. So.
Cool. And then tell us the horsepower. I don't remember. Was it?
So the first run I did 439, and I was kind of disappointed. And so I did another run.
Those
and
were like rookie numbers, as
Yeah.
Josh would call it, or first gen
first
VE
gen-
pump
yeah,
numbers.
Might as well have a VE.
Yeah. And then
And
what happened?
I pushed the pedal a little harder. I guess I was getting caught up on the carpet, so I made 514 after that.
Okay, so he's the only guy I know to pick up 70 horsepower by pushing the pedal harder. Apparently, he's rookie mistake.
Yeah.
But because it was heat soaked, so it probably would have made 520, 530.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it ran good, and you're in the small compound. So then,
Yep.
did you get third place, or was there somebody in between?
I got fourth place. There
Yep,
was someone
fourth.
who made
There's
a
one in
little bit more,
between.
yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't quite the clean sweep. First, second, and fourth. Okay.
Now, I do think while we're talking on the compounds, I think it's important to mention that before I worked here, I was wanting to do compounds, so that's when I got those turbos, those GT42s. I got 3 of them off a barn floor for 125 a piece.
You overpaid.
He's like, oh, they'll need rebuild. And I was like, nah.
Okay, Will O'Kane, last one to Dyno. So all the guys were down there. Will, tell us about the stubby or the shorty. What do you guys call that truck?
Shorty. So I just bought the Shorty about 6 weeks.
How much did you pay for that $500 truck from Josh? That's our
five-
joke. When we want to buy something cheap, we just like tease them till they sell it too cheap. But anyway,
Yeah,
so you
it
bought
was-
that
Bought it
truck.
for 5. Other than that, engine-wise, it's bone stock. Has stock head bolts, stock valve springs.
You're welcome.
Retorqued by him.
Single disc converter.
Single disc converter.
It was
that
a used
slipping.
one that came in a core and it's
Yep.
slipping when we put on the dyno.
Yep.
You did a
Built
bigger
input
turbo.
shaft.
You had
It's
a
got
you had an
the-
SXE on there, right?
Yep, SXE with non-gated housing, 91. 5K springs, so I was just holding my breath pretty much. Just seeing what she'll do.
Okay, Will. What's your guess? What's it gonna make?
I'm hoping the converter holds up, but maybe high 4s.
High 400s.
Yeah.
Okay.
hopefully.
I think you got 500 in it.
She only let 430, 427 down. Not much, but it's honest work. So
So
There's a
427
lot more to
horse,
come.
single. I think the winner of your class did about 670. So you're a little
Yeah.
ways off, but honestly,
I
with the
wasn't going
converter
to win,
slipping,
so I was
it's just fun. But honestly, it's a rowdy truck. It rips because it's so lightweight and short.
Full
And you
manual
drove
valve
it to the
body.
event, right?
yeah, drove down.
Drove there, showed
I
up
live
with
a lot
his
closer,
with
so-
his lady friend. I mean, they drove there, and all these trucks drove there and came back. So, well, I
Mud
take it
truck.
back. Mud truck
We
didn't
tried
go.
it.
I don't think your truck did either there. Mr.
You know what though?
Street Truck.
My truck was
we even
trailered
talk
there.
about your truck?
Hashtag-
No, we don't care about the junk.
Hashtag
Come on.
1,000 horsepower daily street driven post on Facebook made 993 and left on a trailer. Just say.
I thought you were ready to bet with Josh.
Okay, so Josh and I had this back and forth. He is so common rail through and through. He thinks 12 valves and mechanical injection is dead. Dinosaurs are dead. So we had this little like, it wasn't like a money bet. It was just this fun gesturing back and forth. And he kept saying I have like owner pockets, owner money. And I was like, dude, you have more money in your CP3s than I have in my whole turbo system, you know. And at the end of the day, though, I mean, his truck's very budget built for what it is, and my truck's budget built with some, I think it has some expensive rods and things. They were left over from UCC, so it's not that I needed rods. It was just I had them, so I'm not going to give them away. I'm going to put them in my truck. So anyway, so I did
993.
993 on the dyno, and Josh did 971 fuel only. And I was so excited about jumped out of my seat. I motioned out him to come over, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I hit 993," and he's just like, anyway.
I think I actually clapped for you though.
I clapped for you
I think
too.
I did. Yeah.
I was. So anyway, so in the fuel only battle I won, we wanted to put nitrous on my truck, his same kit, to actually see which one makes more on nitrous here at the shop. And I took him for a little test drive in my street truck, and the rack hung. Apparently, I don't know what happened, but anyways, the rack hung, and luckily the air kill was there.
That was expert piloting. I will give you that.
We
That
almost
was
hit a
very-
telephone pole. Josh was recording. He got so scared he quit recording the run because he's a little girl, but not really.
I am.
I would have been scared too if I was passenger. But anyway, we safely. So now we got to get a different pump in the truck, and
I think you messed up. We both kind of botched our runs though, because you didn't go full fuel on your first run, and I aborted.
started a little heat cell.
I aborted my first run, so it'd be kind of interesting. I
Yeah,
think
my
it-
second run full fuel, I think I made 3 less horsepower, but a lot of the trucks were losing 30 or 40, so it might have been over 1,000. But so far, it's really never proven it's a 1,000 horse truck. It's a 993 horsepower truck. But I do have a eBay Chinese turbo on there,
Turbone.
Turbone. It's Turbone brand, and then I have a old Holstead HT80 cast wheel, and Josh was teasing me saying, "You're not going to get that cast wheel spooled." And I was like,
It did
compounds.
take. You gotta give. That was a very slow spool. I think my 76 single lights faster than that.
Of course, my small turbo is 76 millimeter, and
bigger
I'm a low
turbine.
compression, 5.9, and I'm fixed timing and 6.8. So we don't really. But anyways, it's fun bantering. But at
You
the end of
won.
the day,
You won.
Mechanical Mafia won, and Tickled by Wire came a little short
It did.
until you put the drugs in there, and then
I still think your
obviously-
truck would have made more power with nitrous.
Yeah,
I still don't think your truck was gonna tow anything though, and I don't think your truck gets you to work every day, and it doesn't sled pull, and it doesn't.
Did I
dirt
drive
drag.
it to work after the event?
And
I
subsequently,
drove it to work one
What
time
time?
after the event.
What
Okay,
time?
I did
Right.
have to use ether to start it in the middle of summer, but that doesn't matter. 35 degrees of timing with a 13 mil pump takes a little whiff of ether to get started. No big deal
No, but Will did win. For the record, Will did win.
at
now.
that event
For now.
for now.
For now.
And since my 13s broke, if we go to the next event, I'm gonna have a 12 mil. The real question is, will the 12 mil pump with the same turbos beat you
I don't
fuel
think
only?
So. I don't think so.
You don't think there's fuel there?
We found what happened.
You lack faith in the mighty P pump.
It's just left me with a lot of melted pistons. That's all.
Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe our channel. We had fun at Flog Fest. It's just a fun little video. And this is kind of all the trucks the guys have here. There's more guys here, more guys with trucks, but these are the ones that went to Flog Fest. So thanks again to Flog Industries for putting on a great event, Northwest Dyno Circuit. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can see other shenanigans that we come up with in the next couple months. Okay, guys. I had to run and get my old Burnout Champion trophy to show that I still have the biggest trophy. Now, Josh did win 2,
6 this year.
6 this year.
Oh.
You know, when you stack them, you're actually taller. But I didn't win a trophy. I got 2nd place. I didn't win the big compounds class, and the guys are making fun of me saying I don't have any trophies. So I just wanted the internet world to know in 2011, I was the Burnout Champion at the NHRDA, and it's still the biggest trophy we have to date. So thanks, Randy, with the NHRDA, for giving us this obnoxious trophy for making burnout clouds.